Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Selenium interview questions. That is how cross-browser testing is handled in Selenium automation projects. Let me answer. So in our Selenium automation projects, we write Selenium scripts. These scripts need to run on different browsers that are supported by the application under test, and that is called as cross-browser testing. Okay, instead of running our automation scripts only in one browser, we have to make sure our automation scripts are running in all the browsers that are supported by the application. That is called as cross-browser testing. So how this can be implemented, how cross-browser testing can be implemented in Selenium automation projects? By writing some programming logic. Okay, let me show you what this programming logic is all about. Okay, for that I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE. Here I'll write some code. Okay, first I'll say string browser name is equal to hard code the browser name for a while. So I'll just give Chrome. Now here I'll write the programming logic. Okay, here I'm going to write the programming logic. That is, if browser name dot equals ignore case. Okay, if it is Chrome, then my automation scripts need to run on which browser? If the browser name is equal to Chrome, then my scripts need to run on Chrome browser. So what is the code I have to write? Web driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Like this, I have to write the code. Okay. Now hold the mouse on the web driver and import it from Selenium library. Even import this Chrome driver class also from Selenium library. Now write down else if this particular browser name, if it is provided as Firefox. In that case, your scripts need to run on which browser? Firefox browser. Okay. Equals ignore case. If it is Firefox, then our script should run on which browser? Firefox. For that, I have to write this line. Web driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Okay. So hold the mouse and import this Firefox driver class from Selenium library. Okay. Once that is done, else if you can keep on going. Okay. How many browsers that are supported by the application? That many if else blocks you can write. Browser name dot equals ignore case if it is Edge browser. Okay. If it is Edge, then web driver is equal to new Edge driver. Okay. Now hold the mouse on this Edge driver and import it from Selenium library. That's it. So else, if the browser list is completed, then simply say system.out.println. Okay. Provide a valid browser name. Okay. Apart from this, for example, the application that you are testing is supporting only Chrome, Firefox, Edge. And if you are passing any other browser apart from the Chrome, Firefox, Edge, in this case, this print statement will be printed instead of your automation script running on that particular browser. Okay. So for example, if I'm giving Opera, in this case, it should give me the message, provide a valid browser name. Okay. Because the application is not supporting the Opera browser, let's say. Okay. So to implement the cross-browser testing in Selenium automation projects, this programming logic need to be written. Okay. After that, I need to use this driver here to maximize the browser window and to open the application URL and all. But here driver will give you the error because this is kind of local. I have to make it global. Web driver, I have to make it global and remove this declaration, which is there inside the blocks like this. Now you can access it outside. And here you can say web driver is equal to null to initialize. And now say web driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay. Driver dot get. Give the application URL. For sample, I'll give one application URL. I'll give some application URL like this one, umaya.blogspot.com URL. Copy this and give it here. That's it. Okay. There's some sample script I have written. I don't have to write the entire automation code for an entire scenario. But my intention is to show you how cross-browser testing is implemented or handled in Selenium automation projects. This is how it is implemented or handled. Okay. We have to write this kind of programming logic. And if you are passing here into this browser name, if you are passing Chrome means your scripts are going to run on Chrome browser. Here, in case of this, you are passing Firefox means your scripts are going to run on Firefox browser. If you are passing Edge in this case, your scripts are going to run on Edge browser. This is what is called as cross-browser testing implementation. Okay, in Selenium automation projects. Fine. So let's see. For now, Chrome is being assigned to browser name. So my scripts, this particular browser need to open in the Chrome browser. Chrome browser need to open and Chrome browser need to get maximized. and application URL should get opened in the Chrome browser only. Okay, let's run this and see what's happening. So there is a lot I have to explain. After this, I'll explain more about how to achieve actual cross-browser testing. It's not the end. Okay, just we are getting started with some programming logic to start implementing the cross-browser testing. You see, the script has been run on which browser? Chrome browser. Okay, if I give something like here Firefox, the script is going to run on which browser then? Firefox browser. Right click run as Java application. The script is going to run on this particular sample script is going to run on Firefox browser now. Okay, whatever the browser you pass it to the browser name, in that browser only the script is running. This is called as cross-browser testing. You see, in the Firefox browser, the script is running. Okay, you can see the Firefox browser icon. The script is running in the Firefox browser. Done. Fine. If you give Edge, it will run in the Edge browser. That's okay. So, but here I have hard coded the browser value. Okay, this browser value is hard coded. So there are different ways where you can remove the hard coding by removing the hard coding of this browser name here and centralizing it in the properties file. That is one way. Okay, let me show you the first way. We can centralize this browser value into the properties file, and from the properties file we can access this. Okay, instead of hard coding here in real time we do that. Okay, we don't hard code the browser name in the individual automation scripts. Rather, we get the browser name from a centralized file, because this is not the only automation script, right? We may have multiple automation scripts in our project, and all the automation scripts need to be provided with the browser name. If tomorrow, if you have to change the browser name, you cannot go to each and individual automation script and update this browser value in the each and every automation script, right? Rather, we have to read this from the centralized file like properties file. I'll show you how. Right click on this project, select new and select file, and just name this as, you can name it anything, config dot, okay, or basic config dot properties, like this you can name it. Okay, in this you just give the browser, let's say give one key like a browser key property name as browser, and give the value as let's say edge. Let's give it as edge for now. Okay, save this. So once this properties file is created, now instead of hard coding it here, let me open it again. Instead of hard coding the browser name here, we'll read this browser name from this config.properties file, which is a centralized file. Okay, every automation script is going to do that. Okay, not only this automation script, every automation script is going to read the browser name from this properties file. Okay, so this is what is followed in real time. So how to pass this browser and how to get this browser name? For that, we have to write some logic. To read the data from this properties file, we have to write properties prop is equal to new properties. The predefined class in Java. Okay, properties is a predefined class in Java. Hover the mouse and import it from java.util package and simply say prop dot load. Okay, here we have to pass the input stream into this load method. For that, I'll write down file input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream. Now hover the mouse on this file input stream and import this from java.io package. Now this constructor cannot be empty. We have to pass a file. File is equal to new file of, you have to give the path of the properties file in this file constructor here. First of all, let's import this file from java.io package, and here we have to give the path of the properties file. Where is properties file available? It is directly created under the project. So I can directly give the name config.properties. Okay. If it is a part of any folder or something, you have to give the entire path here. Okay. For now, I'm just giving the config.properties because this file is properties file is directly created under the project. Fine. Now what next? So this file, you pass it to this file input stream in the constructor, and this file input stream, you pass it into the load method. Okay. Now hover the mouse on this and say, ignore this exception. Okay. But in real time, we surround with bracket, but for now, we are ignoring it just so that you can understand the code well. Okay. So now, after loading this properties file, where this browser name and value is there, then here, instead of hard coding this Firefox or whatever the browser name, I'll simply use this object reference prop, and I'll simply say dot get property, and give the name. That is browser here, and pass it here. Okay, that's it. We'll get the value. That is edge will come here. Okay, and go into the browser name, and edge equals Chrome. No, this will not happen. Edge equals Firefox. No, this is not going to happen. Edge equals to edge. Yes, right. Then this is going to happen where it will open the open which browser? Edge browser. Okay. Whatever the browser name that is provided in the config.properties file, in that browser only the script will run. Okay. Now let's run this and see whether it's working fine or not. In real time, we don't hard code the browser names and all in the individual automation scripts. Rather, we specify the browser names in the some files like properties file. There's another way also that I'm going to come after this demonstration is over. You see, in which browser? Edge browser. This is Edge browser. You see, this is Edge browser, Microsoft Edge. Okay, in the Edge browser, the script has run because in the config.properties file, Edge browser is provided. Fine. What is the other way where I can, remove the hard coding here and pass the browser name to this automation script, or not only this automation script, any number of automation scripts in our project. The other way is by using the TestNG. Okay, with the help of TestNG, we can do that. So I'll remove this properties file related code, and here also I'll just remove the hard coding and just provide Chrome for a while. Okay. Now instead of properties file, what is the other way that is possible where we can remove the hard coding and still make this cross-browser testing possible by giving the browser name from a different location. Okay. By passing instead of hard coding, we have to give the we have to get the browser name from a different location. That is simple, guys. That is from the testng.xml file. Go to the testng.xml file, and here you can see the test tag. And here we are invoking the which class demo.java. This is a file we are invoking, right? In this demo.java file, there is a main method, but this is not a test method. This is not a TestNG test method, so it will not work. So remove this public void and give the name of this method as say sample test, for example. And here provide @test annotation on the top over the mouse and import this from TestNG library. Okay. And below this, you write, we'll come to that later. For now, write like this. So that means when you run this testng.xml file, it will run the demo.java file. And in the demo.java file, this TestNG test method is there. This is going to run. Sample test method is going to run. That's fine. So far, so good. Now I would like to pass the browser name to the test method. How? Here I'll write parameter name is equal to, okay, name is equal to browser, say value is equal to, give some value like Firefox, let's say Firefox. Okay, I would like to run the scripts on Firefox browser. Like this, you mention one tag, save this, and go back here to the demo.java, and here under the test, you write something known as parameters annotation from TestNG. Okay, parameters over the mouse on parameters and import from TestNG library, and in the circular brackets, provide the name of the parameter that is there in the testng.xml file. The name of the parameter is browser is a name. Copy this, and come back here and provide it here. That's it. You will get this value, pass it to this particular method, and here you have to create a parameter to receive that particular value. Okay, string, let's say b, I'll say simple. Okay, here instead of hard coding it, just copy this b and paste it here. Okay, you're passing whatever the parameter value you are getting, that you are assigning to the browser name. Okay, so here in the testng.xml file, I've given the browser value as Firefox. So here Firefox will be passed and Firefox will be assigned to the browser name. Since Firefox is not equal to Chrome, it will not launch the Chrome browser. Since Firefox is equal to Firefox, it will launch the Firefox browser, and script will run on the Firefox browser. Okay, let's don't run this individual test method. Rather go to the testng.xml file for the parameter to be passed. Here run this testng.xml file, and it will pass the parameter, that is browser parameter having the Firefox value, to the individual script that is in the demo.java file, and your script will run in the which browser? Firefox browser only. You'll see that in a while, Firefox browser will launch. This script is running in the which browser? Firefox. This is Firefox here. Okay, this is Firefox browser in which script is running. So hope guys you got the answer for this question. That is how to implement cross-browser testing in Selenium automation projects, or how to handle cross-browser testing in Selenium automation projects. For that, we have to first write the programming logic, okay, where you can hard code the browser, but in real time, we don't hard code the browser values and all. So rather, we read the browser data or browser name or browser value from the properties file or testng.xml file. Okay, so that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.